I assume that there's at least one, hey, yeah, make 60, no, thumbs up. Yeah, I assume it's trying to do 120 volts.
Yeah, it's a big one, out with the kilowatt.
Mark's just pulling out.
That's where I, some components have a small generator, so they don't need one, you know, when that siren kicks in, it won't let the generator run power.
No, these are all single phase, they're made single phase. Do you have a pole mounted on, or is there?
There's a couple of them.
Maybe RMC's don't make poles, maybe.
Right, if we do something, we could get
I
that
know, we knew somebody used to work at RMC, probably be alright with it.
Yeah.
Don't know anybody like that. I'll get prices. Maybe I'll make Casey Craft to help us one more time. Get it to 2 mile radius.
At least.
I'd probably do down over this area.
Oh man,
Mark?
1 minute spare.
Yeah, I know.
It's the phone.
Yeah.
Two wheelers going that way.
I think it's heading right towards Max's legs, doesn't it?
Good steer.
Okay, July 22nd, 2026 meeting.
Any questions or revisions on the minutes?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes as presented.
Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any questions or anything on the accounts payable?
Make a motion, we approve the accounts payable as presented.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Is that your alarm to let you know the meeting's starting?
Pager test for fire.
Oh, come on, it's your wife telling you to be home.
Dinner's ready.
Dinner ready.
Okay, our guest is not here, so.
Stood up again.
Regina, you wanna explain this tree?
I just had a call from, the lady that helped took care of Louis Capper, and
Yeah.
she's wanting to know if they can, plant a memorial tree. She said they would like for it to be at the walk park, because his wife would like to, walk and be able to see it while she's there, so. I asked her, I said, well, what kind of tree are you wanting to plant? She said that's up to the town, what they would prefer, if approved.
I don't think we have any, I don't have any
Any
preference.
type of tree you want planted there? Is that-
Well, I'd say, we don't want like a willow or, sweet gum, different trees that have a lot of trash and stuff.
I'd say it's one of the same kinds we got down there. whatever they are, I don't know.
I know we got oak, maple, I think what else we got out there?
Yeah, just something to match what we have.
I'd something to match,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
else is out
Locust
there?
trees out there.
Locust, yeah, there's locust, oak, maple,
Yeah.
certain kinds of maple.
So you
Yeah.
are okay with it then?
Everybody's
You wanna
okay
make
with
a
it? Yeah.
motion that
I
someone?
make a motion, have somebody make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we allow him to plant a memorial tree for Louis Capper.
Second?
I would say we
Second.
just make sure that it's a tree that we think is gonna be okay.
Okay, not a messy tree, just something that's
Just something that matches. what we
familiar
have.
with
Right,
her.
right.
I'll second it.
California redwood.
Yeah,
Have them get within it,
Yeah, then,
we don't, make sure they don't
so we'll get that, okay.
dig into an electric line or something.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 I got to look on my next thing.
Yeah, which they might end up wanting the town to plant
Plant
it
it, well, that's,
too. if
I mean,
it's-
unless,
We've done that before
Yeah.
with previous
Okay.
memorial
Now,
trees, so.
Planted several trees down there like that.
Okay,
Tell her to make sure she gets like a 6-foot one or something.
a 6-foot one.
If it's like,
Yeah,
so
kill the
we'll
fly
over it.
on there.
You don't want a little bare root tree that's
Yeah.
that big.
No.
Okay.
Rebecca's not here tonight, so, I don't know if there's any questions that she could have answered. I think she's already answered.
She sent the letter.
Letter, did you get the
Yeah.
letter I
Yeah,
sent
yeah.
you? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I think we're okay with everything for her.
Yeah, I haven't heard any.
I did send her an email today about easements and
right of ways.
right of ways. I heard that Town of Chalmers was gonna talk about it next meeting, and she does the Town of Chalmers. She's a lawyer for them, so I thought if there's anything that we could benefit from, I don't know, you know, what we have, and I talked to Max today, and we talked about it, and, you know, and Emmett would know, we just,
Fiber optic came in years ago and they wanted to go right uptown and gonna close the road. We ended up selling an easement up,
like Candy's, Shigman, or
yeah, right up South Street. Then they went over to 43 that way,
under the railroad track.
under the railroad. But I guess they're doing it more if they wanna get on our right of way, that we have something written up for them.
Like Max said, the easements were really,
Well, now easements are kind of what you get from a property owner to put it on there, but if they get in our right of way, that's a different. They need to get we ought to have a permit or something for them to get on our right of way.
What
Yeah,
do
well,
we have?
We have a right of way application that I send whenever I
Right.
get those requests.
We have one.
Yeah,
okay, well,
so I've been,
that's
I've
what I
been
did.
dealing with that with any of them that wanna do that. I send that to them, they get it filled out, I look it over and
That one down by Hart, or by, I could call it Hart's, it's Clappers, on the corner there, of Fourth Street, does that go straight north, or does it go east out of that box?
that was probably about 7 or so years ago. That was Metronet. They came in from south of town all the way up 43, came up to 4th Street, went east over to South Street, and then went
That's
north to hook into what they had there at Second
Oh, really?
Like the post
Yeah.
office.
by the post
By the
office.
Yeah, that's what I thought, we had.
Yeah.
Because that was
Yeah,
why
over
they came
there.
through, was to loop the system together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember them hooking it to that.
We don't have a fee for that right now, right? They just have to fill out that.
No, there is.
I thought we did do a fee and everything before they came in.
Mhm.
We did one for
Yeah, 'cause that's
permits.
part of the application is it's got, you know, X dollar amount for so many, you know.
Maybe we
per
done that
foot.
after we done this up here. I
So
bet-
we do have something.
Yes.
I remember doing it.
I bet
Mhm.
George wrote that up after, cause we didn't have
Mhm.
anything when they come in that
Right.
time.
It was George.
Because we use
Yeah.
the same thing for pole attachments. So like when
Yeah.
Brightspeed bought out CenturyLink, that was what George and I spent that almost whole year dealing with, was
Mhm.
getting that application.
Because we upped the fees on the poles.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, so.
Okay, so we kinda got,
Maybe
kinda
have her
got
look it
taken care of.
over.
yeah,
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to look it over.
The ordinance over that we
Yes,
had
ma'am.
created.
So are.
If Chalmers gonna do it, she's gonna be doing theirs.
Who gets it? Who gets the fee?
They're supposed to, whenever they do, they send a check.
Okay.
Have you been getting any checks?
I need to make sure. I could be wrong.
Where are you
I'll have to
putting the
look.
checks? That's the important question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hannah, you're up next, you got anything?
Split it.
Yeah, I'm pretty brief. I'll give you a list of the items that I'm working on. I forgot to put one item on there. I got a call 2 days ago from Shelley Love, which is a lady at IDEM that does lead service lines. 2 years ago, you had to do a lead service line for the town. And I'm sorry I didn't bring this up, Mehmet, my bad. But you're gonna get a letter saying that you failed to notify your residents in 2025 that they have lead service lines, despite the fact that you notified them in 2024. And by the time 2025 was over, you'd replaced virtually every meter in town anyway. But it's paperwork, so I've already responded to her saying we will send a notice out to all the residents stating they no longer have lead service lines or any lead materials or any lead copper fittings or any other thing, since they replaced every single meter in town. So if you see that letter, it's already, we're heading it off the pass, so apologize for that not being on there. Then Emmett's been handling the paving. Thank you very much for meeting with those on the items. The letters for the building, the quotes on the second page. I apologize for that red ink. I filled it out. Use an over expensive copy. So if you wanted to proceed with that, we asked 3 companies, and eventually they said 1,300, and somehow it got up to 1,800. So, so I think it's clearly a pretty good price. They'll supply them, bring them in, and install them. They're professional installers. They did the building, the lettering on the fire station.
Okay.
They did that, so that's the same company that does. So if you want to proceed with that, then we can.
I think we kind of agreed to it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Put the block letters, 2 lines,
Yeah.
I'll
9-inch letters.
Do we need a motion to accept the amount?
Yeah.
Have them do it?
Yeah, you'll need I'll send it tax exempt, we are tax exempt, so we can probably apply that to, I mean,
Okay.
so they don't add tax onto this, but, alright.
May not have it since it's been set.
Yeah, it shows that they want our complete
Yeah,
billing
plus.
address and all that, installation
So Ralph
address.
made a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept the, sign our, quote for the pickleball court sign.
Need a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then 2 other things real quick. The next paving round is September 1, opens, closes September 30th. It won't be a paving until 2027, since you can't, they won't announce it until December. Then you can go to paving if you choose to do it. 80-20 again. You don't have to do it, just letting you know what it is. Next round after that would be 2027 September, so you pave 2028. Not trying to tell you what to do, just letting you know. Trust me, I've got a few things to do.
Hold up. So the grant's this fall?
Grant application is
Application.
open for a month, so you can apply during that month window.
So we would have to have the money to match in 2027,
2027, it'd be 2027 project.
and then we'll get that money to match
Next year?
next year's budget.
Next year's budget.
Okay.
Yeah, we already budgeted that.
You're gonna budget somebody, so they know how much it's gonna do.
Yeah, well, how much is do you know what the grant's for, how much?
You'd have to tell me what streets you want.
What yeah.
Oh, so
he would have
whatever
to
we
figure
figure
it
out,
out.
then we'll
80-20.
go with what we have.
We got the 20%.
That would make sure
Well,
we
that's
don't.
part of it.
make sure we don't-
80-20.
20% you,
Hey,
80%
not
state.
good. I mean, that's
No,
pretty
we need
good.
to do it, but we just need to make sure that what roads we go, we're not gonna
Go over.
go over our 20%
Right,
in the
yeah.
budget.
Yeah. So, yes, we want to apply.
Tell me which roads you want, I'll get the estimates to you next week.
Okay.
Final-
I guess council members.
Got our list of roads still, I think. Not all of them that we were wanting to get done, I don't think are getting
Yeah.
done, so. Okay.
Final thing I've got, and this came up, a couple towns around the county, like Reynolds and Wilkins now doing it, they're getting sirens. We've helped them get prices, and I talked to the chief a little bit. And if you wanted to get a siren, I can get you quotes for 1 or 2 mile radius and start looking for the money for it if you wanted to replace it.
Be put at the same
Yeah.
location.
Wherever you want, I'm sure someone who used to work for RC could probably get some telephone pole.
Or they sell them at Menards for $253.
Do that. I don't have, you got a
Either
bucket
way,
truck.
yeah, a free one.
Hey, Reynolds has got a bucket truck, maybe they can borrow it. So if you wanted to go after one, I can get some quotes for the council and the fire department and, or whoever, and then if you wanted it, we
I
can.
think it'd be a good idea.
I think it'd be a good idea to look at it.
Alright, I'll get you some information.
Wastewater grant is still coming up.
Second round of this month, or second round of this year. And then, I think, Scott wanted to get together and go over the type of clarifier he wanted to see. So maybe in a month or two, we could visit again
Okay.
and then go over what he wanted and redo that budget. Your PER is there. They put you on reserve because you weren't coming in that round. And they like to get the ones that are ready to go out the door, so you'll move up. They'll rescore your PER. And our goal is to get in the top 10, usually 108 PERs. I don't know why that number keeps repeating, but it's usually 107, 108 PERs, and our goal is to get you in the top 10, and probably get you there. We're usually in the top 20 anyway. So if we score you in the top 10, that gives you favorable funding, but yeah, so that's coming up. The
That's
next
gonna
month,
be like 1.2, 1.4, you think?
probably the same price as before, whatever that was, like
Yeah.
two point something with a $750,000
Or
grant.
2.7, so. Then we'll have to come up the rest of it. That we don't have a mortgage, like mortgage on
The
wastewater.
goal last time was to take the funding that dropped off when you paid off the debt
Right.
and then use that money to pay for the new debt, so you wouldn't have a rate increase. I don't know if your expenses have cut into that money or not, or if you're using some of that money for other
Should've
things.
went up quite a bit, did it, or not?
Do you guys have, anybody bring
Yeah, I did.
how much, mine's on the computer. Could say if we're doing, how we're doing on wastewater, I think we've been going up.
The wastewater,
Yeah, we're at 15,000
not at
for
much.
profit or loss for the year.
But whenever Emmett has time, or if Max wants to be involved, or Scott, if that's all right, Emmett, we can meet with Scott and revise and make sure that project's what you wanna do.
Yeah, I looked at that, I was like, oh.
We got the ending balance of 156,000.
Don't want to do increases,
They're
but
in 30, 40.
it's looking
Yeah,
like it's good.
yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what next month does.
Should,
Yeah.
if things, well, we got those 2 pumps to help pay for,
Yeah.
part of it anyway.
We're gonna take some out of the we have a depreciation fund, so we'll use some of that for one of the pumps
Whatever he wants.
towards it,
Okay.
so that'll help.
So we should still go for it. I think. Peter had bought out later.
He wasn't listening.
You know,
Fine.
we've only made a profit of 15,000 in that account. Not,
Well, it's the amount of money left over that you, for example, that took $12 a month to pay for that debt. If you still have that $12 free, then you won't have to have any rate
Right.
increases. But if you started eating into that $12 per customer per month,
But remember, it got down to almost 40,000, and now we're up to what, whatever, so we,
156.
at least we've climbed up from there,
so that $12 per month.
because of that
Yeah.
12,000 we were doing. If we could keep it under the 12,000 a month, and that might help.
Yeah, we had 2 big expenses in March and April.
I think it was 12,000 a month you were paying for the debt service.
12,000 we were.
As long as it's 12,000,
at
you
one
shouldn't have to
month.
raise rates, yeah.
If we can keep it, yeah.
Well, it looks like we're averaging just shy of probably 9,000 a month without any major expenditures.
As long as your expenses don't cut into that, what dropped off, then you should do.
Yeah,
Might have to look at a slight raise in rates maybe, but
you gotta do it for the money you're gonna get. Free.
Of course, you guys will have a meeting on that before
Oh,
we
yeah.
decide, so.
Appreciate this free thinking.
Yep.
Sorry if I cut into anything you're gonna say.
No, and that CCR, that'll be taken care of next week, or you take care, did you take care of that?
She's already sent it in, and there was an email came back from
Yeah, I got
Rihanna
that.
saying, so it's already done, but it was their mistake. She basically, Rihanna was saying, it's my mistake, you've already got it taken care of. So it's done, you've sent it
Okay, so
in.
we're all done with that?
Consumer Comps report, yes. Your water audit validation's due at the end of the month. Again, if Emmett doesn't mind, I'll just take care of that like I always, and
Okay,
then I think that's, except for your lead service line, I think that's all the periodic reports this year. All 5 of them's done, so.
great, okay. Good, thanks, Kent.
Sorry to take so much time.
Terry?
You want us to do that, or do you wanna have this at the end?
It's up to you.
I can sit here and let them go if they need to.
Okay.
Cause this is gonna take some discussion.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
Jason?
I had the transport company email you an invoice for the
Yeah, it's
transport.
in, I just put it in with this claim, so they'll
Okay.
be getting a check.
Alright, and confirmed we are gonna cancel the breakfast, so. I don't know who on the committee could, so I don't want it on the schedule
Okay.
for the Apple Popcorn Festival.
Breakfast, okay.
Cancel.
Probably a good idea. What you got going on?
Yeah, cause that concert
Alright.
takes like 12 hours and,
He can't cook in boots.
yeah, we can't have people here from
Right.
4:30
Yeah.
and working out there till midnight, so. Yeah, and we're billing the concert people what it would cost to do the breakfast probably 10 times, so, I mean, it's not gonna be a loss on our part, so.
Oh, man. I'm gonna have to make bigger
We-
signs.
We
Yeah,
canceled,
there you go. Make extra rolls, right?
we canceled for COVID that one year, and when we came back the next year, it was better than the previous year, so I think we'll be alright. Other than that, that's all I got.
Oh,
Okay.
Alright. Out of here.
See you guys.
Emmett?
A couple things on the sewer on Monday. They haven't arrived yet. I talked to Fluke on Monday to double check since the original ETA was Saturday. He's working on getting back with Xylem to get more of a definitive ETA on those now that we've passed that date. But in the meantime, I've had our big 6-inch trash pump going, and that's made a bigger difference, and plant's doing even better with that than the 3-inch. So we're doing good there. Then on Friday, our field inspector, he stopped by. It's Aaron Dieter. He used to be our inspector, but since the recent one left, he's our inspector again. He had stopped out because IDEM had actually had a report of a fish kill further down the creek, and so he came to do some testing on that. Tested the outflow for pneumonia is usually the one that causes that. He did testing at our outflow and upstream from us, and with what he found, he wasn't concerned that it was anything to do with our plant. It was more contained to where the county tile comes into the creek, so they're thinking more than likely something from that. Then while he's there, he did the inspection, and on the report, everything was satisfactory. The only thing he had was marginal was on some of the maintenance. Some of that was because of the issue with the RAS pumps, but he put it just as marginal because he knows that we're in the middle of waiting on pumps and having to manually pump, so that's why I didn't get a lower score on that. And then the only other thing was some weeds I got to get out of the covers for the rotors, but where they're at, they're hard to get to, so I'm gonna see about figuring out a way to get to those safely. And then water, 15th we did have a main leak behind 606 Wood, so 2-inch galvanized, just pinhole. It was just a small section that just had a little more pitting than the rest. It's a quick repair clamp fix, got that taken care of. And then on Monday, AOP started switching out the generator, so they've been working on that, getting that squared away this week. And then I believe it's first week of August they're doing the test and get the new one up and going. Then on electric on the 10th, Mike Miller, they got all the underground for the decorative lights taken care of, moving some of those and any repairs. And we had a couple of the breakers for those that we'd found that had issues, so they repaired those while they were there.
So you had to move some of the lights?
Not the lights, just the buried
Okay.
cable feeding them. And then don't know the exact day yet, but sometime next week is when RMC is going to be here to replace the pole on West 8th that the top burned out of on the weekend of the 4th. That's it on the electric. And then the only other thing I got is, as you all probably seen, they've started putting base layers down on the highway, but Monday they also started getting everything taken care of started on Davis and Mills, since that's where we're doing curbs as well as pavement, and they've got a little over half of Davis dug out as far as the old curbs. So they're gonna wait to dig out for Mills because of how narrow Mills is. They're waiting to do that closer to when the concrete crew's actually here, so that way they can do it and get the curbs in, so it's not narrowed where people can't pass each other on it. That's all I got
So
right now.
43 is ahead of schedule, on schedule, or have they said where they're at?
Yeah, they're probably about on schedule. They're right now their biggest holdup is with Comcast and some of the other fiber optic with some of the repairs that need done, because there are a few spots where some of it got hit that wasn't located, but it wasn't located because I think Brightspeed had an issue with their system where some of their information got deleted where they didn't even have it on their maps. So that's holding it up a little, but hopefully they'll get to that before they have to start putting in curves. So
Okay. I got one question about my water's got a lot of red in it, and I got a water softener. So I'm wondering, are we getting iron, or is there bacteria in it and that's turning red, or what is
no, it's the iron, and what I was trying to do is hoping that with AOP, since we're adding phosphate to the water to help with the iron, I was hoping to wait until that was in and get put in treating to the water
So
before
we're
we
not
flush. So
doing
we
that
haven't
yet?
flushed yet is why.
Okay.
So that's why you're probably seeing the extra iron.
Yeah, it seems
just
like
'cause-
it's been a lot.
yeah,
lately.
we hadn't flushed yet because I was trying to wait for that to be done,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna double check on the time frame on that,
Okay.
and depending on that, I'll probably end up flushing prior to that. But that's why you've been seeing the red,
Okay.
deep orange.
Hey, can I say something about that? We're doing some testing for iron-using and slime-producing bacteria for up in Kinlan. We have test kits. If you know some places that have had that issue before, if you want to test for something about iron-using bacteria, it's the film that sits on the inside of the pipe that you need. If you want us to test for that, we'd be happy to come do it at no cost to the town. We'll give you the kits and just pull tests and see if it's present or not.
Yeah, I'd say we could do that. Like, I know one is just up here
Okay.
at Second and Wood.
Okay,
That area.
next 2 weeks I'll bring a bunch of bottles in. We can do a bunch of
Okay.
bacteria tests.
Then one other thing I was up north on First Street and look at the water tower, and that whole underside's really
Yeah, it's
dirty.
getting red.
Yeah, it's getting black and stuff, so I don't know if we have any way to get that.
We probably need to get some companies in to, cause we
Well,
need.
we need the inspection. and
Inspection
see-
on it.
And
Yeah.
so a lot of them that do that, they also do.
They'll power wash that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was one thing that was one thing that was part of the old contract with what was Suez, and then I forget the company changed names, but when we were paying it off, then they were saying that since we paid it off, they weren't going to do the pressure washing, and then it was going to be an additional charge. But at that point, it was still pretty good looking. But
If you
yeah,
want,
no.
we can get quotes for you if you want.
Yeah, I think we ought to get quotes
Sorry, I don't mean to
No,
keep
you're
talking.
fine.
on draining it, inspecting it, flush it out, the whole thing.
If it's okay with him, then I'll do that.
No, that's fine. Yeah, we'll work with you on that. We can,
I'm fine.
but, yeah, because it has been, I think, 5 years now. Because it was 21, I believe, was the last time we had it offline. Because that was when they cleaned the bowl and repainted it.
Right.
But yeah.
The water leaks up the trailer court. There's 2 of them up there. Now, I went up there down at, come off First Street, take a turn to the right.
There's a new one now.
It's leaking. I think it's been leaking for a while. But where does that, I'm confused on the other one. Cause I thought the 4-inch line went across the road, then 4-inch line went east and maybe 2-inch line went west on the north side of the road.
No, because the 4-inch comes in and it goes across the road, but before it crosses the road, that 2 inches teed into it.
Really? I thought there was 2 valves over there on the other side. Guess it's been 10 years, I don't know. But,
So yeah, because that.
but there should be a valve over there on that 2-inch. So where's the meter?
It's where the 4-inch comes in, so before it reaches the road that goes back
Before
to the
it
back
reaches-
lane.
before
there's, in that right of way there is where
On
the
the,
meter
on the south side.
south side, yes. Where the 4-inch comes in is where we put the.
So Ken, how do you meter a loop system? I mean, how's that meter? Because she said they only use like 17,000. They got 2 leaks, 10 or 15 trailers. You sure there ain't water running backwards through that meter?
Yeah, you can't. You have to put 2 meters on there, or get a meter that reads in reverse. You can do that, but you'd have to put 2 meters.
See,
on
I think they're using. There ain't no way they're only using 17,000 with
I
them
thought
leaks.
I thought we were gonna. I thought we did take the parish and put it across the road to another place. Is this up here? Or is up? No, I'm
Up here.
talking. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, we can get prices for another meter on there if you want to.
Well, cause
Why? Because I never understood how you can. That's why we never metered that trailer court, because I didn't know how to meter a loop system.
Hey, can you meter electric loop system?
Yes, sir.
You can. There's a guy ass right there.
But I figured there's probably meters out there that'll do it.
You'd have to get one read in reverse, and I don't know. I just stick another meter on there. That costs that much, in my opinion.
That way you mean stick another meter.
You got a loop system.
Yeah.
It's got to come in somewhere. It's got to go out somewhere.
Yeah, but you don't know which way it's ever going to go.
Oh.
If that 4-inch line's going that way, and over here on 18 they got 2 fire hydrants fighting a fire, all that water is going to be going that one way. Then when that firefighting's over, then when the demand's over here, it's going to go the other way.
You gotta have a feed line in there somewhere that's unique to that point, so you just put the feed line on there and subtract it from there. Somewhere along the line, there's gotta be a line that's only going to that trailer park, and that's where you stick a meter along with the ones in the loop. And then you can read from there,
that's the thing, we have the one in the feed line to the loop,
but not
just
the loop.
not in the loop.
Let me look at it.
Yeah, all right. Because now with 2 leaks up there, they got to be using more than 17,000 gallons in a month.
I'll ask the guys
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah.
So the water comes in from First Street
Well,
and also comes
more-
in from Second Street?
no, it only comes from actually more towards 3rd Street, cause it runs behind the houses.
Comes
Keys
in,
off.
goes here, and then back to where it was.
Did
Just
that go where that little alley or whatever it looked like it was?
no,
Coming off there?
no.
No,
It's
it
in
goes
a
through
private
backyards.
right of way back there.
But there is no way to return. If you have your meter here, isn't that meter seeing everything that goes
That goes
into
that
the
way.
trailer park?
But if your demand is back here, then that water in that loop system's going to go the other way,
But isn't the
and the
leak
and meter will
on
run
the
back.
downside of that?
Isn't what?
Isn't the meter's here, and then the 2 leaks are over here, let's say.
Mhm.
Is there a path for that to go any place but back to this meter?
No, the meter's going to read all them leaks. There's no problem about that. It's if you have no leaks there, and nobody's using water in the trailer court, and the demand is over here on 3rd Street, then that water's going to run this way, backwards through that meter, and at that time, that meter is going to run backwards and subtract numbers off.
Those meters aren't detented? Where
You,
they
you
won't-
could put a check valve there, but man, you're asking for problems.
Okay,
That's their way you.
that's where I was at with my
Yeah.
head, was by having the meter detented, it would never run backwards.
Yeah, if you had a
Even
check,
if the water goes that way.
right, if you had a
the
check
meter
valve there,
can't-
you could
The meter
do it, but I'm
stops.
not sure
Hey,
how your pressure would. Now you're gonna mess with your pressure.
well, that's one thing I'll get with Scott and or Ben from Utility Supply
Yeah.
and double check on
Just ask 'em,
that
yeah.
style meter if it even registers backwards.
But there are 2 leaks down there now.
okay.
You could cut that loop and attach it somewhere else and be done with it.
Yeah, you could, but now you're asking for
Yeah.
dead ends, and the problems dead ends bring. So, all right.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Thanks.
Roy?
So far, everything's been going pretty well. The fireworks, in my opinion, went off as best as well as we expected, other than the accident they had at with the firework exploding prematurely. So nothing too extravagant with my activity, other than I did have a first. We had a loose pig on the.
I saw something about that.
It's a potbelly pig. It's
Oh.
yeah, they've had it here for 5 years. Never knew that somebody even had that, but it's a pretty friendly little thing. So
You had 2 motorcycles towed.
yeah, I don't understand what every summer it's like something new. Back from way back when it was the skateboarders, now this year it seemed like it was e-bikes, and now it's these
I saw an enduro go by my
motorcycles.
house.
Yeah.
No plates.
So yeah, I caught 2 of them running around. They were actually doing kind of jumps across 43, and you know how dangerous. I don't know if you guys have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever
Like
cross
a
it?
ramp.
I wouldn't recommend doing that right now because it's really low.
Yeah.
And they were jumping and stuff. So yeah, I caught both of them, gave both of them a ticket, and towed the motorcycles. I actually caught another one about an hour ago.
I had him running down the road, the maroon one.
I thought it was more orange, but it might have been maroon. I don't know. But yeah, I caught him about a block from his house, so he walked it back, and I don't understand. I'm just gonna start towing them and writing tickets, and
Well, the word will get around if you do that.
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't take any pleasure in writing kids tickets or whatever. I'm not that kind of guy, but if it's the end, it means to an end. So we'll do it that way. Jacob's property over here at the end of 2nd Street, I wrote him a hefty ticket for that. Hopefully, he just last year he actually did some work, and when he moved all that stuff, and it actually looked pretty good. And this year, I gave him a notice once to get rid of the hemlock, and he cut that down. But he's just not mowing anything. I don't understand why somebody wants to have property and not take care of it. But I wrote the first ticket for $500. We'll see what happens. Maybe that'll motivate him, and I'll just keep doing that until we can get it done.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm just in festival mode,
Yeah.
preparing for all that. So it'll be fun. Yeah, I think it's going pretty well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Regina, I'm not gonna forget you this time.
Yeah. No, the only thing is, me and like in Chalmers, Wookett, Monon, Reynolds, we're all been getting together, having meetings about the LIT, the local income tax, because they're gonna change it and they're gonna go what we get. The county council is who makes the decision on what we get, and if they go now, they're gonna go with off of our population. If that's the case, we could be losing maybe about $28,000. So in order to keep our rate that we have right now, we need to have a meeting with the county council and try to get that rate so we are not losing. So we're working together, having meetings. We all kind of stick together and tell them this is, we would like this.
You
So
say
we don't
to
lose
get that
money.
rate, do you mean our tax rate? We
Our-
need to,
No, it's off, now it's, yes, our taxes, the local income tax off of payroll, anything like that.
They can only increase it so much, and then out of that increase, they can only allow us to increase it, or it takes
Yeah,
out
we
from theirs,
met,
right?
I think, yeah, but see, we met with the guy from AIM.
It's ridiculous how they got set up.
Yeah, and he went over it with us, we already met once, so we're meeting, we're having a Zoom meeting tomorrow, and then we're talking to the county council. We'd like to set up a meeting, we're trying to keep it so we don't lose.
So are all the communities losing money then?
Oh, I'm sure they probably
Okay.
will.
Not as much as what was thought. I know Baker Tilly came and talked at the commissioner meeting and turned in a report to the council and everything. They went over like a 20-page report on Monday and everything, and it's not as bad as what they thought. So.
Is that what they're, because like I said, I have the printout and everything, what we went over, but we're just wanting to make sure, we're just meeting, because we want our money, right? I mean, we want to try to
Sure,
get what we can.
Wanting to schedule a meeting like in October or something, because I know, they usually do our budgets in August,
Okay.
so I wouldn't be surprised, and then they usually start finalizing the budgets around October, so they'll be
Well, we
talking
have
about
to
it
know
in
by
August.
October too, how we wanna.
So they'll be
Yeah.
going over that
So-
stuff August.
And I'm gonna get with Rebecca too. I asked her already to check into it, and she said she would, so I'm gonna get with her again too, and, get some advice, for us to see what we need to do. This is all new
I
for
was
us all.
concerned about that, I talked to you about that before, I
Mhm.
got some of the other communities I've heard on Indianapolis stations are like, they're scrambling for money.
Lafayette lost quite a bit. I mean, it was in the millions. If I
So-
remember right.
That's what we're just trying to get together and try to do what we can,
Okay, it just be fair that if the other communities lost, that's, percentage wise the same amount we lose, I mean, I don't.
Well, like Wilkett and Mona, they're planning on losing a little more than we are.
I remember right, it was supposed to be that business tax or something would fill in that gap and you expand to bring in that revenue. But we can't,
Yeah.
We're landlocked.
we're landlocked. So that really puts a hammer down on us that
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they took that into the equation when they come up with this idea.
I don't think they should make us in the
Be
business.
penalized.
Business of expanding, whether we have a property or not, I mean, we're not developers.
I'm just letting you know, I'm just gonna see what we can find out.
That's all we can do.
Yeah, and they're gonna give us whatever.
Whatever
I mean,
we get is what
they're
we
over
get,
it,
yeah.
so if we, yeah.
So.
So if we do need more money, can we adjust our rate then?
That has to be approved through the county.
Yeah,
Yeah,
county.
and see, that's where I was.
They're only allowed to approve so much.
It's not we're talking about the county tax that's collected off of income, right?
Yes.
It's not the property tax rate.
Right.
No, it's not that.
It's
No.
the local
Income tax.
county tax that's
Yes.
taken out of your paycheck,
Mhm. Yes.
and then they
Plus
distribute
payroll,
that.
whatever. Mhm.
They distribute it one way, and now they're changing how they distribute it. Is that
Sounds like they're going by population.
was
just
that
whatever.
something that was mandated to them, or is that
I think it was through the state.
Mhm.
the state mandated how they were supposed to do it? Or the rate they could
I think
collect?
when they
Yes, well,
changed all the property
White
tax
County
rates,
has
that
one of the
affected everything.
higher,
Yeah, but this ain't property
income
tax.
I know, but I
tax
think it
rates
affected
versus like
How
Lafayette.
much money each place gets.
Mhm.
I just know.
It's all
listen
new.
to
We're all
TV,
learning.
Yeah.
We're all, everybody, I mean, that's discussion at our
But we always
conference.
got this money, so now they've changed something.
Well, now it's going by population.
Yeah, but
Before
I
it
mean,
was,
before it was what? Before they went by what?
I think it wasn't at the property tax, the assessed, or the assessed value, I think is what it was.
I don't remember.
Well, then that would
Good.
correlate with the tax rate.
I don't know, we're learning, that's why we're going to these meetings and trying, I mean, it's a big discussion at our conference too, everybody's, worried a little bit too.
Well, that's,
Yeah, but I guess I'd like to understand what it was before.
Yeah. What
If they're gonna change
what
it to
changed?
population, what changed?
Yeah.
If it's population now, what did they base it on?
Well, I think they're probably basing it off of the need. Well, you only got so much population, so this is what.
I understand that, but what did they base it on before? That's, see,
They just generally divided it up, maybe, I don't know.
Talk to the auditor.
well, do what we can, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I say we're learning, we're trying, these new changes, that's all, so. And then I got another change I gotta deal with, which I'll probably call the HR on that one, with the 1099s, they changed that program too, so there's changes. Where, the 1099s you send to vendors that you have to send them to.
yeah,
Used to go through fire, and now it's ISIS or something, they're doing away with fire. That's what they called the program, it's not
Oh, I
fire,
was like-
not the fire,
I was like-
that's the, yeah.
That's confusing.
So, so it's all there's a lot of discussions going on, like I said, our conference, everybody's just, it's all they were talking about, so.
All right.
I got one question. I'm assuming that our air conditioner does not have a warranty any longer.
Cause
Cause
it's
you have,
loud.
you have a pretty big bill on the
Yeah.
budget there for the accounts payable for it, and I was thinking, well, I don't know how old it is,
Yeah.
Should have a 4 to 5 year warranty, one
You
would
know,
assume.
yeah,
I don't
cause
remember
when I got the bill, I guess I wasn't thinking, I was trying to get
Most
everything
cover
done
the
and.
parts, but they don't cover labor.
Yeah, that's like 18.
Let me find out on that, cause I don't,
Yeah, I would hold off paying that until we determine if at
Yeah.
least part
yeah,
of
he
that.
didn't want me to mail it, he wanted to come pick it up anyways, I guess, I had a note, that got here when I was gone, but,
Right. I
What
think-
was wrong with it?
Yeah, what happened?
it wasn't, I think it was during when it was cold, it wasn't heating up. Right when it was before it actually got warm, we were having issues with it, not heating up, it wasn't running right, like
Well,
the heat.
I remember we had a problem with it not heating, but that's the
Mhm.
inside jig.
Yeah.
When you're talking about, we're talking
It
about.
was the one that,
It sounds like-
Dustin put up on,
Right,
yeah. Up
but
on
it
the
was
top.
like, he was telling me that the parts that it was really hard to get,
Yes,
and that he was trying to save the furnace,
mhm,
not the air conditioner, from what I understand.
Yeah,
yeah. I believe it was furnace because he said it was a part that he had troubles getting,
Right,
so,
and he said he thought you could get through till
so I don't think it was that.
this, through the summer, cause you were without heat
Mm-hmm,
towards the end of the year.
right, mm-hmm,
And so you were without heat, so now he just got that part fixed.
yeah, he did a
So it's
temporary
something to do with
bypass.
the heat on the furnace, because otherwise you have to jerk that furnace out and put a whole new system in, and so I think it's furnace parts, honestly.
okay.
Yeah,
Well, it was
yeah,
written
because
up
he
as
said it was
AC.
It was because he said eventually we'll probably have to get a new furnace, because the parts for that one, he was
Right.
It
having
says
trouble.
How
air
old is
conditioner,
this?
town hall,
How old is
instead
it?
of furnace.
Do we know? I mean, were you thinking it was new and under warranty or?
No,
Well,
it's
it says-
written
we got
up
a
as
new-
air
It says
conditioner.
air
Yeah.
conditioner and not furnace.
Yeah.
And
So that's
I
what
said the air
it's-
conditioner's not that old,
Oh,
so
good.
it should.
Well, that's what I was
Yeah.
But
I don't know how old the air conditioner is either.
Right, but if it's a furnace, that's a whole different story.
I'm sorry, I think that's what it was, Ralph.
Okay,
I was
Okay,
trying to get
that's
it,
what
I was trying to get
that's
everything
what he was
done
telling
before
me.
meeting and,
Before I was talking to him personally, that
yeah,
he was just trying to get you through till
mhm,
summertime, and then he could get the parts,
Yeah.
cause it's gonna be a long time getting the parts.
okay, yeah, I'm fine,
I'm
like I said,
sorry,
it's just,
I guess I put the wrong thing in there.
Yeah,
yeah,
I can show about that too.
So, but, yeah.
okay, that's all I got.
Anybody got anything else aside from Terry? You're on stage, buddy.
Does anybody need a bio break before we get started?
No.
Oh, man.
See you, Ken.
See you, Ken.
Bye, Ken.
Where are you going, kid?
See you later.
That's not gonna take that long. Each of you have the list here.
And you
The
wanna
other
use-
one there.
You wanna use this page right here, right?
Yes. You want this list there, Ralph?
Yeah, turn it over, Max. There you go. That's the page right now.
This side right here.
Okay,
There's where we're ending up.
okay.
Right in the middle, you'll see, and I was gonna start at the top and come down and kind of do a little explanation there, and then we know where we're at. The first line there, that would be for the collectors. That would be up on the pole for the meters to come back to. The other one is the meters themselves, and that's on the back there is a list of the number of which type of meter it was going to be. So that's the breakdown on the cost of the meters on there.
Yeah.
It gives you that, so you know where those dollars actually came from, the 886 meters. Now we range around 830. We have 19 three-phase accounts, so that's why you see the different ones over there. There's a meter type for each one of our applications that we have out here. So as well as that reflects just an ounce of inventory, so we would have some meters when they come in on there. That's where I kind of came up with that 886 number, to be quite honest. Now the fourth line there that would be the labor to change the meters. That's the labor to install and hang the collectors. And that's a ballpark number. That number there is the only one in all of this, to my thought, there's any flexibility. Depends on what we get. If we contract someone to change all the meters, they'll come in and almost do this in a week to 10 days if things go well. I mean, you just got to go 1 to 1 to 1 in that process. And it's just a price per meter to do it. And then they just came up with where they come up on the other side. You see where they were doing the labor of that. That's if Service Corp, which is AMPA's group, that would do that as far as installing the collectors and things like that. That's where that number kind of came from as a ballpark. So then the next one down is your upfront equipment. So in other words, that's what the meter, for everything to be in the field, that's what it costs to do that. Then your next one is what it cost annually for the next 7 years for us to have our maintenance agreement and the software upgrades and the different things to keep us. If we have a problem, Linda can't get something downloaded, they're to help us with that. They're to be the liaison between Keystone and Voice and us in that process to get it to happen. And I've made it very clear to them that we're going to be leaning on them for that service, and it's included. When we sign that contract, that's included. But that's what that's for.
And who provides that service? Is that IMPA?
IMPA has what we'll call a matter expert for what we're getting.
Okay.
Now, they shift around. I'm on my 3rd guy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
In this project, but we've been at this since 22, because the new sub come on in 21, and then the next year we started talking about this, but wanted to recoup kind of what we did. And then in 23, when we did our cost of service study, I took almost these numbers. They were embedded when we talked with the people that did our cost of service study. So this expense has essentially been being collected for since 23 when we implemented the new rate structure. So that's why if you look at that report, that number seems to be a little high that Terry does for your utility
monthly.
profit margin, whatever you want to call it. But that's why that's where that's kind of at, is because we knew this was coming. And the price has went up some, but in 3 years it's going to. And it's went up about $50,000 total on the project. I'm not surprised in that process. So now that next line down is where they break down how they're doing some of this is the equipment that we're going to own, because you see that's the same as the top line on the one above. So once it's installed, the collectors, all the infrastructure will belong to Brookston is the end of it. So if one of the collectors gets hit by lightning and it's out of the warranty, it's our dime to do that. I'm trying to get 2, maybe 3. They really think that 2 will be adequate collectors. I think we're going to want 3 because if something happens, I think that you could overlap. So that price may change a little bit in there, but I'm just thinking that if 70% of them can talk to this one, 70% of them can talk to that one, and 70% of them can talk to that one, pretty much we can lose one and still do what we need to do for billing.
Yeah.
Can you
Okay,
manually
so-
collect if you need to?
Pardon me?
Can you manually collect? If you
Oh,
want?
absolutely.
Okay.
The device that you bought that they do with the drive-by, these meters will be able to, you could do that with that.
Okay.
If all things else failed, you could do that. We have to do some manipulating of that because the frequency in which that works isn't what these would be. So that would have to be made to talk to these in the process, which that was the game plan, that you would have that as the backup if we needed to. Of course, we will keep our routes in case. Worst scenario is we can all disperse out there in a day and do what we got to do if we have to. We are getting a lot of meters that the display may not show. We're able to still read them remotely with the handheld. If the handheld doesn't talk to them, we're going to have to do an estimate. Now we have some meters to change, but I just can't bring myself to invest in new meters when we're going to do something. So we're just stopgapping them. That means they manually have to go read that meter because I got a meter that doesn't have the Itron module in it. So we can't do that. So in the end, you have the bottom line where it says the annual cost estimate, where you follow the top line down
In year one.
in year one.
Yeah.
That is the total cost of all the things that will happen in year one. And then when you see that next one that's in the square down there, that's including the your maintenance, your 665. That's where you come up with the very bottom number. That's how that got there. Now I have two questions. Would we like for IMPA to come and give us a presentation on what this will do, so that we know, so that you're aware when someone asks, just ballpark ideas of what you've invested in and why you made that decision?
I would be in favor of that. I'd like to hear it.
I mean, I can always do the big round one, but I think that for what we're going to do, I feel that, and they'll come at any point in time. We can have them come either prior to a meeting, or we can have them after the meeting if you wanted to do the presentation. We could get
Are you
that
talking
scheduled.
an hour?
Yes, yes. Or it's based totally on how many questions you're going to have in there. With this, just a little roundabout, you would be able to connect. All these meters will have reconnect capabilities in there, so at any given time we will actually be pulling the data from each of the meters hourly, so we would be able to analyze in this heat. Somebody's having something, you'd be able to look at the load base that's on that transformer, and we also can pull voltages from the meters. So in this heat, someone has a question, they can just send a on-demand request and the voltage would come back, and then it just tells you what that voltage is in the meter at that point in time.
It's too easy, Terry.
Well, we're not where I want to go yet. I'm getting there, Max.
That's too easy.
But with that, you would start to get some analyzation. Now, they keep adding things that we can have that's in this maintenance agreement. They have peripherals such as an outage management system, that when that meter goes off, it will call that system. That system can email someone or send them a text if we wanted to do that in that process. That's not in the basic package. My real thought is we get our basic package, we tweak it, we learn how to use it, and then we evaluate the expense of what each of those peripherals are and the value we would get from it. And every year they keep adding them in to where you don't have to pay extra for it. So they've the last one here, they've done a couple of them that are I was going to have to pay for, that's embedded in there. Once we have this data a little bit, there'll be another expense that comes along with this that's not here. We do not have any of the system analyzed. In other words, we do not know that the meter on Max's house is hooked to that transformer that's hooked to that line that comes to this fuse in that process. Once we have this ability to do this, then we can say those 5 meters that are on Max's transformer, we can call them, group them, and know how loaded the transformer is. If we got a 50 sitting there and only needed a 25, we could change it. We've got a 25 sitting there, we need a 37 because of last week, because we're going to cook that transformer. It made it through last week. You get another week, we don't know that it might not make that in the process. With this, you're able to do that. Not first year, but I'm just saying, once you have this ability, you'll be able to do that. And we can put that together and someone can manage it, or, you know, for a fee, I'm sure they'll do that. But I'm just saying, once we have this, we have options to do those type of things with that. I think that kind of went through. That was a real quick one. Any questions?
So the 261,735 is our, what we would withdraw from our
Yes.
electric account
Yes.
now. And then, so then the six,
We need a new quote because this one's sitting on almost 5 months.
okay,
But that's, my thought is, I can request that when they come to do the presentation, they will have the new, what it is today, what we would have when we sign the
it'll be in
agreement.
the same format as
Yes,
this.
be exactly the same
Okay.
as to what they are.
Just changing the numbers.
Right, I don't know that
Right,
they've had any
yeah,
price,
Possibility.
but you know, the meters could have had a 10% increase since then till now.
Right,
But
right.
it's gonna be in that ballpark.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's our round ballpark number.
And then
And
the 6,645's
Every
a
year.
monthly fee for
That's-
that much each.
That's
Six,
It's a
6645
yearly.
divided by 12.
that's
Yeah,
$7.
Should pay a
yeah.
month.
If you
That's
pay-
$7.50 per meter for that to do the job, collect and maintain the software to gather it.
Yeah.
Then that also includes the piece that interfaces with voice and Keystone. I don't know what it's called now, but her billing system.
Yeah.
This will automatically put it in a format. They send that format to Keystone. The bills will be made in that process, and it has the interface.
So like if we want to turn Mark off, we can do that? And then just-
Absolutely. we can do it now if you want it. We'll wait till he's gone. Now,
So we
his-
can push a button in here,
Okay,
right?
since this is all gonna be
Pick 'em on Mark
electronically, do
four.
they have where,
Right.
where people might be able to view their bill electronically? Online?
Stick around for the show.
that is a Keystone voice thing.
Okay.
That's the billing. That's a billing thing. Now, I know we can ask that. There's nothing that I have seen where they host a member site.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure someone does. Now, it may be a third party entity that we would want to vet very well in our process. But most billing systems have that,
Mhm.
because that's what you're looking at in that process.
Mhm.
Because it typically goes into the billing system. The billing system cleans and validates the readings so you can see it,
Right.
is what it does. And once again, that's why their charge is $7.50.
Right.
Okay? I hate to have a perpetual cost to where we can't just do a number and it stay. But technology moves too quickly. benefits will come along that will be part of the package. So somewhere we'll have to pay a maintenance fee to upgrade to be able to do something. So with this, we get those as we go along in that process
That's for how long?
for 7 years.
7 years, okay.
Then after that, we would have to negotiate what that fee would be. What they're doing is they're spreading out the cost of the software for 7 years.
Right.
That's what that whole thing's about. That's what the software actually costs.
Okay.
And they're allowing us to pay that out over 7 years, is what they're doing. So it amounts to about, what do you think about that? 12 goes into that, 5. So it's a little over $500 a month, is what that amounts to.
Yep.
Because that price is the annual fee
Right. So it's, yeah.
in that process. And then now there will be a fee from the billing system to accept the interface. We'll just have to figure out what that is. As to me, there's nothing for us to do about the billing until the decision is made, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Then at that point, before we'll sign or do anything, then we'll get with her billing system and say, we're going to do this. This is what we expect it to do. What do you do for the fee that I pay today? What does it cost for me to have this added to that if we want other pieces in there? I'm just saying we'll just analyze that and then we'll come up with what that cost would be. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. We've been a long time getting here, but I think it's time. Go ahead.
We basically need to agree that we're all okay with taking that 260-some thousand out of our electric fund balance
Yeah.
and not borrow the money.
Right.
So
And that's
we're
what
all
we-
in agreement of that, I think.
We got 823 in there now, so
Yeah.
we got,
What is,
And,
okay, light depreciation, can we
and
use any of that for it too? Or is
How
that
much is in there?
85,000?
you,
Maybe
You
some
know what?
or just leave it?
I don't think it makes much
your,
difference.
your other is where I think it should come from, because that's where you collected
Collected that.
for that.
For the,
That's,
electric
the
auto?
rate was based for that.
Okay. No, that's fine.
That's the other thing, and I know I'm getting a little long, but I think that it's time for us at the end of 26 here to do another cost of service study. We've got 3 years. We may not need to do a thing because things are looking good. I'm just saying that I think that we should think about doing that so that we know where we're at.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
that would be after we get all this finalized and we know what it's gonna cost.
Yes,
Yes.
because I took round numbers
Right.
and embedded in there when we did 23s. That's why you see what we've got in there part of that's because of that.
You're right.
And I'm saying we may have enough and not have to do anything. As we didn't get hit very hard this year, because if you remember the previous, a year ago or two, we got that 8.5% increase from IMPA.
That was 2 years.
Yeah, it may have been two. I'm just saying where we had to make our own, we had to adjust for that because
it's like 24, our balance went down quite a bit.
it hadn't been accounted for the first, because in March, I think, was when we did our, we did a rider like on there to compensate for that 8.5%. Because when the budget was put together, we had no clue that was coming
Yeah.
on there. So I'm just saying that, and I know it's expensive, but it's to me it's some of the best dollars spent, because then you know right where you're at, and you're able to always answer the question, third party evaluated, and you can use whoever you want. I think you want to think about, well, I need to be very judicious here. I don't know that we need to have the most expensive entity do it. Is what I'm,
Well, my assumption, we rely on your recommendation.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying,
I don't have a clue what they.
since we're funding it,
Yeah.
then we do not fall under any of those other parts and pieces
Right.
in that process.
Okay.
So we don't have to have the group that always has to have us, you know, always doing this.
I know you're talking about.
I'm trying to be very judicious here. So that's the end of mine. I'll be glad to answer any questions. Something comes up, I think you all have my number. You can call.
Do we wanna discuss this other stuff, the $30, if the meter base falls apart
Yeah, well,
type of thing?
we do.
So,
Are we satisfied that we're thinking we want to move forward
I think so.
and as a group? Yes.
Yes.
Then we do need to address that.
Let's make a motion that we move forward. We're taking the money out of the electric.
Operating.
I think you make the motion that you have me proceed with IMPA's prospects, have the presentation come, then you make the motion as to what you want to do after you've had the presentation.
Okay, that sounds logical.
I mean, that way we haven't said something that we want to back out of.
Yeah.
They may come and you say, I don't like this at all.
But we're
Okay,
pretty
so
much
we'll-
in agreement, that's the way we wanna go.
Yes.
We just don't wanna put it in that form of a motion right now.
I don't think we need a motion, just.
To have him to
To have-
proceed.
Yeah.
No, not.
Yeah, yeah,
Right, but
I'm
he
just
said
saying
In the
that.
minutes that we, you know, the
Yeah.
council just.
that the
wants
council
to see.
agreed that we move
Yeah.
forward and
Agreed,
have a current presentation.
Yeah.
Yep, got it in here.
Then we can do it, we can talk about that. What that addresses is, there are gonna be some meter bases that when you pull that meter base, it's gonna fall apart. Few, I hope, but we'll have to deal with it. And it's the board's pleasure how we handle that. Some places say that's the homeowner's issue, meter base belongs to them, that's not ours. Some say, since we were the ones there, our representative did it, we'll get it fixed. And get it fixed in a timely manner.
I would be on that side. I personally pulled every meter in town and changed them manually.
Yeah,
I think I had one that was like that.
I agree, but it has to be,
But it has to be done, it has to be agreed upon,
yes.
and I think it should be us. They're not requesting for that meter to be pulled out.
No.
But we need to have also somebody to contact to come and fix it fairly quickly.
And see, to me, I think what we do is, we can have get 3 estimates or whatever you wanna do from
Whoever.
local people.
Yeah.
So that this is what it would cost to do it. And let them give us that idea, and this is what's included in this.
Right.
And if something else comes up and they need to change that price, then they have to justify why we're doing such and such. Because I think that, you know, they're doing this and they decide that the breaker under there needs replaced.
Yeah,
To me, that's not our dime.
that's not ours, yeah.
But they're doing it while they've got it open, while the wires are there
Right.
to redo this. So I'm just saying that if we just design that however,
Yeah.
we have a little window, I'm just saying that's something that has to be decided.
I agree.
And then, like I say, if we're gonna have a contractor do it, we give them a letter. I don't know if you have any ID tags where you can have their name and a Brookston logo. The letter may be adequate. This is pretty small. If somebody doesn't want you on their property, walk away, have Emmett come or whoever with you to change the meter in that process. But we'll have a few of those that don't want us in their yard or, because they're not Emmett.
No,
They're not the town people
Right.
in there.
Well,
So
people know if somebody shows up at their door, they don't know them.
So if the letter goes out ahead of time that, or I don't know if if you can put it on their bill or something like that,
You
have
can do
just,
an alert too.
okay, just,
Or on
just,
our
you know,
website.
Probably do it more
we're
than one way, that
intending
way it
to
hits
be in
everybody.
town,
Yeah,
changing
yeah.
meters this date to that date. And then if it moves on for some weather or whatever, we would just do again.
Yeah.
That way, you're gonna get 60% of the people. There's still gonna be some, and we just make it clear to
Now,
whoever.
I did run into, you knock on the door, you know, you tell them you're gonna, and you knock, and you knock, and you knock. Nobody answers. You pull the meter,
Then they come out.
and then they come out fast, and some of it's legit, they're back there working.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and they're not very happy.
No,
So, I mean, if somehow we could notify them and say, hey, if you absolutely need to be notified before we pull that
yeah.
electric meter,
Oh, it could be medical too then, too.
yeah, you need to
Yeah.
call up here and let
Yeah.
us know.
The thing is, it takes, once you got the ring off of it, you get it on there, and some of them will come out, some of them don't. You gotta rock it in and out. So it took me this long to get it out. I set it, grab the other one, put the other one in.
You know,
So we're
This is
20 seconds, 30 seconds
Right.
typically if nothing goes wrong. The one that I worry about is we're gonna find hot sockets where the temper's out of the meter lug.
yeah,
And that's the ones that kind of drove me to say we
Right.
gotta, because to me, if you find that, I don't want to burn up my new meter because of that arcing in that lug.
yeah.
So to me, whoever's doing it, now they can sit that old meter back in if it'll go. Give us the ticket, and then we'll deal with that. That's my recommendation. You know, if you see something that's bad and you can put that old meter back in there, I'm still going to pay you for the change. Because you showed up, you went to there, you did everything properly. Then it would fall on us to go back afterwards and do that. I spent all day doing those today because the changers couldn't do it, or the people wouldn't let them do it. The poor little fella's been there a month, was with me up there. Boy, she come out on that porch, I tell you, it's like a bulldog with a bone. Finally, he looks at me, he turns around and gives me that look like, hey, it's your turn. So, it's just those are the things. You guys are going to get some of those calls because they know you. You know, they may call the office and they may not call the office.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to address with this, Ralph,
Yes.
is those what ifs, and there'll be a few of those
Right.
in that process. It's a pretty small community. People do know. But if you look at, well, if you remember right, I was down, there's a fella down there wanted a security light. I'm down looking at whether we can put the security light in. The lady takes a picture of me and my truck and posts it on Facebook. Does anybody know this creep? I've got my sign on the side of the door,
Yeah.
but it made no difference because I didn't even know about it. And Travis calls me, he says, hey, you're a star. And then he sent me that picture. So it's just things like that's going to happen. We just need to know how we're going to handle that process in that process.
I got a question now. This is ordinance of $30 a month if customer opts out.
If
I'm
they-
assuming opts out for a manual reader.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, I wasn't at that meeting, so I
Yeah.
just wanted.
If they don't want an electronic meter,
Right.
then that's what it's going to
They're gonna
cost.
get added on
That
top of their bill.
that's right.
Okay.
That's the reading, because now you've got to stop what you're doing. Person's got to go read the meter.
Mhm.
Then it's got to come back into the machine. Linda's got to deal with it and input it.
I got
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most places don't have the opt out. You know, yeah, we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
So when do we want to schedule this meeting with
It
them?
can be whatever. When do you feel you're going to have everyone here for a meeting or in that process?
Rebecca's here too.
It's always good to have her here, just.
Yeah, I mean,
So it'll have to be a first meeting.
first
of the
meeting of
month.
the month. So.
Well, you're behind.
Am I?
No, kidding.
Dawn didn't
No, I mentioned that I think the
And I
last
did-
meeting
Oh my
or two.
God, we're still in April.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
She's still in the 70s.
Oh, Mark, okay, that button. You're off.
August
Okay,
12th.
so we can either do the 12th of August.
So we're on a limited time frame because we're only doing it once a month because of the.
Um,
Well, I would say the sooner the better. I mean,
Well,
Right.
we can try, and I will talk to him first thing in the morning. In fact, I can send him a text tonight, but I'll ask first thing in the morning to see if the 12th will work. Do you want them after the meeting?
I'll probably be on vacation that week, so
Okay, so that's not a good,
sorry.
no, that's why we're trying to schedule.
now for me, it don't have to be on a meeting night.
Right.
That's what I was gonna say,
We
we
can
could do
hold
a
that.
special
Okay.
meeting.
I mean, there's
We can
special meeting.
just got
just a couple of you
Yeah.
poor fools that have to work, so you
I just have to have
He's looking at you and
I can be here by 3.
I just have to, yeah, and then give me 48 hours so I can get to the pay. There has to be in advance to public that.
Okay, so,
So whenever you're gonna do it.
well, if this is,
Well, if we want Rebecca here, then we'll have to worry about her too.
get her on schedule.
yeah,
Okay.
But I'm not sure if she needs to be here or she need to be here.
well, she should have went through all of this with our neighbor.
Oh,
Because in reality, this is the same system that they've got.
Okay.
okay.
But we're gonna make it walk and talk.
We could set a day and then we could get with her and if she can make
We can
it, that'd
invite
be
her,
okay.
she can make it,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So is there a window for you that,
Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday?
I'm camping.
On Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays?
well, what I'm
You
wondering
ruined our
is,
last one, so.
with the first week of August, or is that the week you're going?
No, that first week of August is fine.
Well, I won't be here this week. I won't be here.
No,
during
she
the
won't
first
be
week.
here the first week.
Okay, so you're not here the
Not the
third
second
through
week,
the
so
7th. I just don't think it's gonna happen next week because they would have had things scheduled in there.
I mean, I'll be here the 3rd and 4th. I just won't be here the last.
I'll be I'm gonna be going till the 5th, the 30th to the 5th.
Six.
Well, how about the August the 10th? The 10th through the 14th.
I'll probably be gone then, and there's an APC meeting if I am here at 6.
Okay. All week?
I haven't made my plans yet, yeah.
Okay, how about 3rd week?
That's why we're.
I'm on vacation that week, so I haven't made any decisions. I'm like last minute.
Well, if you're on vacation, then there is no option there.
Hey, I'm on vacation next week too.
17th.
That's Monday. What time on Monday?
I mean,
Got the 17th through the.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them that week.
Okay, yep.
Tomorrow, what I'm saying is tomorrow I'll give them that week,
Let's see
and what day will fit your schedule, their schedule,
and then we'll see what-
and what time are we thinking we want to do?
Anytime during the day for me. I mean, you said you can't get here for free.
it's these two.
Yeah, those are bad.
I can always take off from work as long as I.
Well, they have no problem doing it in an evening. That's what he told me. He said, no problem.
And that's fine with me. I don't care.
If it has to be like 12 o'clock, I mean, I can be here at 12.
AM.
I've got coverage.
But if we do it at 4 or 5 o'clock, does that make it easier for you or not?
I could probably take off. I can't always sort to it. I don't work every day. It could be on a day that I'm off. So.
Well, why can't we just go ahead and have it at our August 12th meeting then? I mean,
She's gonna be gone.
are you on that?
I'm off on vacation that week.
Oh, okay.
The 12th
I
is
thought it
actually
was
my
30.
anniversary.
I mean, do we have to have everybody?
No, I just, it can be whoever's here. I just was wanting to make a window
Just
that.
my one question is, whatever we do, maybe ask IMPA, you know, who the third party is that they might suggest for getting the billing online where people can view it, their bills online, so we don't have any more of this stuff all over Facebook. You know, I didn't get my bill, and calling and this and that and everything.
That'd be an extra cost.
I don't
That'd
know
be a
anybody that
cost
gives
for
you your
that.
bill currently. They let you look at past.
Well, like, you know, from Monticello, like your water bill, you can go online
Right.
and view it and past and pay it and.
That's going to be a,
That's a
Big
Boy,
A
keystone.
third
Keystone.
party, right.
well,
That's
Keystone may offer that.
Uh-huh.
Our billing system may offer that, cause that's who does that.
That's gonna be an extra cost.
Yeah, there's gonna be
Yeah.
a few
But-
thousand in that, and we only, the thing
but-
is, you know, we're small towns, we're not like your NIPSCO, you know, the bigger
Right.
ones, that's why, is it worth the big cost for it? I mean,
We pay $3,000 for
call us.
stamps every year so far.
Once again, we go see what they've got, look at what the options are, and I'm with you.
Mhm.
It should have that ability. You should be able to go on. Normally, you're gonna be a day behind
Mhm.
because it's gotta clean and validate the data. But you should be able to go on and look. Yesterday, I used 100 kilowatts. 3 days ago, I used 20. What changed? You
Well,
should be able to do that.
They would just wanna know the bill.
Yeah.
Really.
People don't wanna look it up, they just wanna know how much money.
Yeah.
And then on that,
yeah, they don't
If
care.
it gets to like the 15th,
I
they
do
haven't had a
like to
bill, you
compare
got the
how much I
mail.
use per,
Okay.
you know, from
Look
month
at
to
that.
month, but
Okay, that's fine.
that would be
Because that's,
nice
that's
to go
our,
month to
that's our
month,
issue.
Yeah.
you know, not have to
but
pull
that
out all
still
my
goes
paper
through a different
bills and
interview
like.
one.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
I'm
Like
saying
that.
It's gonna be an extra cost.
I mean, these people not getting their bill, it is an issue. I mean,
Uh-huh,
it's bad.
But
I mean, cause
It's the it's the postal service.
it
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
it's
In
definitely a
Indianapolis,
post.
they've had tons of complaints.
right.
So, no, I agree, we can do that. But I think that's a call with,
Well, we checked into it a while back, and it was quite a bit of money, yes, it was very, yes, to get that on there.
But I think we ought to research it.
there
and
again,
see.
Yeah.
Exactly.
we do our cost of service study, and we say this is what this costs monthly, and we look at
Then
how
we
we,
make a-
how we do
We'll
that.
make a decision
I'm
whether
just
that's
saying,
something we wanna do or not.
You
Yeah.
tell me what we need to do, and then he'll give you, like, he gave us 3 different options. If you do this, this is what it's gonna be. If you do that, that's what it's gonna be. And based on our data, in that process. But I'm recommending that we really think about doing that this fall so that we can have the data done. Then that way in the shoulder months of the spring, if we can get everything together, whatever the result is, that's when you would do it. Last time we had to wait and do it in the fall, we had to ride through that window when we implemented it in 23.
Well,
Good idea.
Okay?
you guys work on a schedule for that meeting, just let me know, I'm pretty flexible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tea time usually.
I thought we decided we were doing it.
Yeah.
Will you drink tea with people?
There isn't a window that one of you aren't going to be gone essentially clear through the next month.
Yeah, I'd say just get with IMPA and the ones of us that can make it,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine.
make it.
I'll give him 3 or 4 dates, and whatever one works, we'll go with that.
I guess that's.
August 6th and 7th, is the only thing I can do. August 6th and 7th, I'll be.
Yeah, I'd
Once
say
you-
the
once you
first
get
week
it,
is out. First
Like I
week
say,
should-
if Dawn's gone, she can text you a question or questions.
Well,
and then we can-
her question
All the
isn't
billing
going to
on.
be the
Right.
IMPA
Yeah, it's
one.
not gonna be there anyway.
IMPA's data is gonna go into this, but what you're wanting
Is a Keystone.
is from Keystone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that meeting will have to be videoed anyway, won't it? Advertised meeting,
Yeah,
It's a meeting in the government building, so.
yeah. So
Yep.
if you're not here, you can replay it, I guess.
Okay.
that it.
Fair enough?
Motion
Fair enough.
to adjourn.
Second.